Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Team Gullit YouTube channel. My name is Renzo, and today I'm going to be giving the solution to all your questions because we asked a question and you guys gave us an answer on our Instagram channel what you want to improve on in EAFC 24. So let's start off, but before that, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like in comment down in the section below if this will help you out, whether or not. We're going to be taking a look at the first answer you guys gave to the question on our Instagram channel, and it is coming from Luke Ogink 92, who asked what to do against very defensive opponents. Well, Luke, you want to make use of your fullbacks, and the fullbacks are a crucial way of attacking in general. With this clip, for example, in which we play from Marquisio to Theo Hernandez, Theo Hernandez gets into position on the left-hand side, but he plays it down wide to the right-hand side to Llorente, and Llorente, who was pushed up, it's just a simple 1-2, and if your opponent is very defensive, there's usually space at your fullbacks. And the fullbacks in general are just an easy way of pushing up the pitch. And also, switching the play from left to right is giving you options inside. Like we see here, again, the switch from Theo Hernandez, the header onto Graham, and then Rodrigo makes a run in behind, and it's a simple goal like that. Especially when your opponent is playing super defensive, when you're winning these aerial duels with your fullback, you'll be almost sucking in the opponent's defender and getting loose of them in that way. And also just the balanced fullbacks, the overlapping fullbacks are very strong, like you saw there with Theo Hernandez, getting down the back line even, reaching the Graham, I think it is, again, for a simple cutback. And you can see just the way that you're able to position yourself, again here with Theo playing into Alexia, who is just able to simply get past a couple of defensive players and getting easier into the area where it gets more dangerous. So I hope this one does answer your question a bit, because as you can see here, just the fact that we're playing down the possession with our fullbacks, we're attracting defenders towards us, which opens up space more inside. Luke. The next one is from TFCD_19, who was asking for an in-depth crossing, corners and headers tutorial, but we've seen a lot of set pieces requests, and so we are just going to toss in a couple of set pieces for you guys. And let's start off by looking at penalty kicks. Penalty kicks are obviously a very crucial way, because this is how you pretty much decide a game. And the penalties are pretty simple. You just want to time them correctly. And if you time them green, this is something that is almost guaranteed a goal. And you can pretty much choose 5 directions nowadays. You can go middle, you can go bottom left, you can go bottom right, you can go top right, and you can go top left. My opinion, just pick one of the bottom corners or the middle, because people are still used to most penalty kick takers going for the top corners. Because previous years we were forced to just dive left or right, and we didn't have to go down or top if we're on the saving part of a penalty. So technically a lot of players do think that you will be rifling it down the top hand corner, and obviously going in the middle is still a thing. And as you can see here with the penalty kick, if you don't time it correctly, it's just gonna go wide. So make sure that your crucial timing is there. So moving on forward, then we are looking at some free kicks. Free kicks are obviously a very dangerous way of scoring. When you get a free kick in and around the box, and I've quickly just froze the clip there for a second, as you can see, the inside foot curled is just there on the edge of the ball. You have to get a little bit of feeling for this from the curve, and this is the trickier part, because the curve of every player does decide where you have to aim a little bit. But just don't move the cursor with the right stick unless you feel like you should add a little bit more curve on it. But just make sure it's always on the inside foot curled and also on the outside foot curled on the edge of the ball. What does that mean? Actually, as you can see here with the inside foot curled, the marker is literally on the left hand bottom edge of the ball. And you want to do the exact opposite if you're going for the outside foot shot curled. So you want to go to the right hand side and place the marker in the same position. And then it's just a bit of feeling, a bit of attributes which you have to mix in getting the right aim in terms of your left stick ability, where you are going to be positioning the free kick taker And then it's just, yeah, you just pretty much do 2.5 to 3 bars and it's just an easy goal. So for corner kicks, we really have two ways of taking corner kicks effectively. The first one is going to be pressing R1. We're calling for the second man, and then we just want to work some space there and swing it in full power towards that back post, where usually a player opens up, and ideally it is a very tall player, but in general they get really wide open and it's just an easy tap in. Then the next one is coming from Dominic.042, and he's asking for Levi FC Pro tactics. Well, here we go. 4-3-2-1 is the formation that Levi was playing during the Pro Open. Levi is playing the defensive style unbalanced. He's playing the width on 35 and he's using 67 depth. So no 71 depth, no auto pressure. There's still some pressure in game, but not the crazy one where you're just one-on-one defending almost the entire game, which can be very useful, and you can gain possession up high automatically where the AI intercepts some certain passes, but Levi is choosing not to do that because Levi, his defensive gameplay is just top notch. The balanced build-up play in offense with the direct passing as chance creation. Obviously the 4-3-2-1 is a very ongoing and full forward flowing formation where there's a lot of runs, there's the fullback, so the direct passing does work quite well with that, but you can also go for balanced. But Levi is using direct passing in these circumstances. Width on 49, players in box on 5, and corners and free kicks on 2. So that really is it for Levi, his Pro Open tactics. And when we move on to the instructions, there is a lot more to tell. Starting off with the goalkeeper, who's coming for crosses, and a sweeper keeper. Obviously the through ball sometimes can be a bit tricky, and having the sweeper keeper on your goalkeeper can actually sometimes intercept one of those passes. And also crosses are very strong in this game, so hey, sometimes the goalkeeper actually does manage to intercept a cross like that as well. The double tap triangle keeper movement is back as well, so that does help out quite a bit too. On the right back then, we have balanced and overlap. Marcos Llorente in this case is the player to be that. Honestly, you have to make a good selection of, okay, which team or which side of my team is stronger. Do you want your right winger and right back to combine, or do you want your left winger and left back to combine? Who are the more attacking going better players in the end, which mainly obviously targets the fullback position. Do you have Theo Hernandez? He's very quick, but he's also more physical and stronger in defense. Do you have Alphonso Davies? Then you want to do him maybe on the left back position on balanced. So those are like the circumstances you have to consider whether you're choosing to do your right back or your left back. Overlap obviously does allow him to make the runs in behind, and obviously having a quick fullback is always good to have. The center back's just on stay back while attacking, and the left back on stay back while attacking, and also overlap that in case he does get triggered for a run, he's going to make an overlapping run and not an inverted one. Alexia Putellas is going to be our midfielder that is going to be on balance and cover wing. So Alexia Putellas is going to be defending as a left midfielder in this formation. Some people do tend to go with an attacker at that position, at the left center mid or right center mid. Like this is the same for the fullback, as long as you feel like, okay, this player, I want him on the left central midfielder position. Alexis Putellas is left-footed for Trivelas, for example. If you want him on the right centre mid position, you can just do the same, but just make sure that the other central midfielder, so the left centre mid in this case, is going to be the one on balance, so the right central midfielder is going to be on stay back. If our right centre midfielder was going to be on balance, then the left centre midfielder is going to be on stay back and also cover centre, but that will be in the next position, because this one is going to be covering the wing and defending on the wings as well, then as a left or right midfielder with these instructions. So do taking into consideration which player you really want to use there. And the central midfielder is just going to be stay back while attacking and cover center. This has to be a more defensive minded player like Frankie de Jong as well is, and Marquisio is just an all-rounder, so hey, it's okay, I guess. Stay back while attacking and cover center for the right central midfielder, like I just said, as well, who is going to be defending as those two central midfielders. And like I said, Putellas will be on the left mid position, and I'm assuming now Rodrigo is going to come back on defense. Yes, indeed he is, and he's going to be playing in defensive areas as a right midfielder. No further instructions on the right forward, just to come back on defense. So we're defending in a 4-4-2. Stay central on the striker, and also the left forward has no further instructions, because those two we want to stay in the striker position that we can defend in a 4-4-2 and just attacking minded. We're keeping the free-flowing runs of the 4-3-2-1 in general. So this one is coming from Ahmad Rahman 911, and I might have butchered that, and it is how to join your team. Well, we're currently not looking for any players, but let's say this. Obviously, I'm always scouting for talent with my team. And if you want to become one of the most talented players, you have to look at these videos. You have to, for example, get into our course, our Team Gullit course, which is available in the link down below. And honestly, you have to just improve. And once you improve your gameplay, go play the online tournaments, go play division rivals, go play FUT champs, get those streaks going, get your name out there, play the tournaments, compete in some of the tournaments that we organize. Look, for example, on Twitter, what is the EAFC Pro Open all about? How can I compete? And once you do get noticed, you will be able to join Team Gullit. I hope that was good enough for you guys, that you were able to improve yourself in EAFC 24 with all these questions answered. We'll do these again, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Ciao, ciao.